For this week's Two Works for You in the Garden segment, we are learning all about plants that are as tough as nails. Taft Price talks with Paul James, the gardener guy, this morning.
Good morning, welcome back to In the Garden. And you know, Paul, now as we're starting to move toward the summer season, we start thinking about putting those plants in the ground. They're going to come back each and every year, but they're still going to give us some pops of color. You like to call them tough as nails perennials.
Exactly. I love perennials. Put them in the ground, enjoy them for years to come.
Like it.
Topping the list, daylilies.
Okay.
I can't imagine a tougher plant in the entire botanical kingdom. I mean, they just keep on growing and coming back with all these flowers over and over. So this definitely tops my list.
And I think it is one of those because I actually pulled them out of the ground one time and then set them somewhere else. I didn't even plant them and they started growing right on top of the ground. So yeah, tough as nails.
Right now we got a lot of yellow, but there's plenty of other colors available.
Pretty.
Yeah, they're just, come on. Plant these. Everybody should have some daylilies.
Beautiful indeed.
Let's see. Let's go over to this bench over here.
Okay.
Okay, Taff. Now I know this looks like ragweed.
Looks like something that I'm wiping off of the, no, thank you. Smells great.
This is goldenrod.
Okay.
So it looks like ragweed, but it's not. And I don't know anyone that has a allergic reaction to this stuff. Beautiful plant, tough as nails. Like the daylilies, by the way, full sun. But you can't go wrong with this one. It's absolutely, usually it waits until about July or so to flower.
Okay.
So it's a little early this year, but it is one of those that will give you prolonged blooms throughout the year. And if you like yellow,
it's your choice right there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now behind you, there are a lot of salvias out there, okay?
Okay.
But the Salvia greggii, we call them, are a more woody version of salvia.
Okay. So
They're absolutely beautiful. They will come back year after year, dependably, and I just love them. Furman's Red is one of the most popular, but all kinds of new ones are on the market, and you really can't go wrong. I would highly recommend, this one's called Raspberry.
yeah, you can see just a small difference between this one and this one right here. Just
Yeah.
the small differences. Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
that one's Ignition Purple.
Oh, makes sense.
They're really clever when they start naming these plants, aren't they? Now, the regular salvia, salvia is, it's more what we call herbaceous. It's not, the stems aren't as woody,
Okay.
but these are hugely popular as well. This is Maynite. This has been on the market for many, many years, and it is tough, dependable, great blooms, good pollinator magnet. So all of the salvias, which my daughter used to call salivas.
Yeah. Good one to plant that.
Yeah. I encourage you to plant these in your garden.
And they're pretty inexpensive as well, so you
Yeah.
can plant several at a time.
Yeah. Let's see. We got to go that way.
All right, Paul, what do you have for us now?
Okay, this is Rudbeckia, better known as Black-Eyed Susan.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. This is such an easy plant to grow. Lots and lots of blooms. I'm sorry they aren't in bloom now, but we have a tag with a really pretty picture. John, can you get a shot of that? Beautiful yellow flowers. I'm kind of on a yellow theme today, I think.
I think you are.
But let me tell you, if you combine this with ornamental grasses, you've got that prairie look, which I think is fantastic, especially for Oklahoma. Low maintenance, easy to care for, it'll come back year after year, hard to beat.
Yeah, beautiful.
So now, up to this point, we've talked about everything in full blazing sun. Let's focus on one really tough as nails perennial for shade.
All right, Paul. I'm familiar with this. I have plenty of these in my backyard. They look great so far this year.
They've loved all this rain and the cooler weather. Hostas are so easy to grow, provided you can keep the slugs off of them, but that's actually fairly easy to do. Goodness gracious, so many different leaf colors, textures, variegations. You gotta have some hostas. Now these do require shade. A few hours of morning sun is fine, but they can't handle the afternoon shade. I can't imagine a garden without at least a few.
Yeah, and you notice the different variations in them too. I've got one of almost each one of these in the backyard. Really makes a pop in my backyard. Looks great.
So we found something that you can grow?
I can. That's one out of what, 1,000? Maybe a cactus, so let's put it 2 out of 1,000. Thanks, Paul.
If you did not write down everything that Paul and Taft talked about there, you can rewatch all of our garden segments at kjrh.com. But Taft, good to know there is at least 2 things that you can plant in your garden there, and they will survive.
2 out of 1,000.
Yeah.
I'm making progress.
It's some good odds there, I guess. Yeah.